oxygen by nearly every organ of the body. Exposure to hydrogen cyanide can be rapidly fatal. It has whole body effects, particularly affecting those organ systems most sensitive to low oxygen levels. This is the millipede with the power to produce toxic smoke bombs on demand. Number 9. Dolphins. Using echolocation, dolphins are said to be able to detect a pregnant woman's developing unborn fetus, some experts say. This is also a reason why pregnant women are not allowed or advised against swimming with dolphins because of their awareness of what the second heartbeat entails. Superpowers. We all have wanted them at one point in our lives. The ability to turn invisible or fly as high as the planes in the sky. It's something that dives deep down into our imaginations and gets thrown in the back of our minds as we grow up. But what if I told you that animals are lucky enough to actually have them? The ability to become immortal, living forever, regrow limbs, blending in with the environment around you as though you are invisible, and even liquefying yourself. Jealous yet? What you are about to see will most definitely blow your mind. Hello again, and welcome to another mind-boggling episode of Forever Green. Today, we will be showing you 14 incredible, amazing, shocking animals with superpowers. The first few will surely keep your mind wandering, and you'll surely be amazed by number 4. Without further delay, let's dive in. Number 14. The sea cucumber. Starting our countdown on the list, we are going deep into the deep blue sea. Sea cucumbers are marine invertebrates that live on the seafloor. They're named for their unusual oblong shape that resembles a fat cucumber. Although people occasionally eat sea cucumbers, these chubby, worm-like sea creatures aren't related to their namesake fruit. This sea cucumber can turn its whole body into a liquid gelatin form, allowing itself to slip through the tiniest of cracks to get away from danger, find food, and new home locations. Just imagine being able to shape your body into whatever form that you wanted. It is simply amazing. No matter the depth, their main residence is on the ocean floor, often partially buried in the sand. I don't think anyone will want to be having this with their salad, but it is known that people do consume these creatures daily. Number 13. The wood frog. While they are unable to travel very long distances to get out and escape away from the harsh winters known to Canada, wood frogs have developed a superpower of their very own. This superpower is used as a survival tactic in the most incredible way. The wood frog freezes itself. Yes, we said it right. It makes itself into its very own frogsicle. As the approach of the winter, the wood frog hunkers down under leaves and debris. They then begin to produce a super special antifreeze type product in their blood, made from glucose and glycogen. As the temperatures become harsher and harsher and colder, this antifreeze component is taken up into their cellular makeup. Inside each of these cells, the sugary syrups keep the cells nice, plump, and strong, and prevent any ice crystals from developing and forming on their bodies, which would end up killing them. These hardy wood frogs can survive all winter in this suspended animation, undergoing several cycles of freezing and thawing as the temperature changes. When the weather warms, the frogs thaw and emerge to begin their chorus, signaling the start of Canadian spring. It is known that scientists are still studying the incredible mechanisms within the wood frog that allows it to freeze and thaw in hopes of improving on modern medicine and the transplants in humans. Number 12. The markhor. The markhor is found to be the largest of the wild goat species, with its broad hooves and striking spiral horns that have the potential to grow up to 5 feet long in some males. The bottom of goats' hooves have a rubber-like base that allows them to grip the environment around them amazingly. Couple this with the superpower of their keen eyesight, they begin to really surprise you. They use their eyesight to map and plan out their path all before taking those daring leaps. The flare-horned or aster markhor has horns that split and face 2 different directions, resembling the imagery of an open banana peel. Some researchers believe that the markhor may be the ancient ancestor of some popular domesticated goat breeds around the world. This would definitely give a different meaning to the saying, "You old goat." Number 11. The boa constrictor. Most people already have a fear of snakes. The superpower that snakes present will not help anyone calm those fears. Actually, it may only solidify them even further. At number 11, we have the boa constrictor. Along with other snakes such as pythons and vipers, boa constrictors have holes on their faces called pit organs, which contain a membrane that can detect infrared radiation from warm bodies up to 1 meter away. At night, the pit organs allow snakes to see the images of their prey just like how an infrared camera does, giving them a unique superpower of their own. So, if you ever found yourself wondering how these snakes always find their way as they slither around the dark and crowded grounds, know that they are truly seeing in the dark. Alongside the ability to move so quiet that truly even a mouse can't hear, the boa constrictor sets its place on our list at number 11. Number 10. The dragon millipede. Well, yeah, more of an insect, but this little bitty thingy packs a punch. Outside of its highly strange makeup and physical appearance that simply says, "I'm not tasty," the dragon millipedes have an advanced system of defense. As mentioned, they can shoot a cloud of hydrogen cyanide. Hydrogen cyanide is a systemic chemical asphyxiant. It interferes with the normal use of oxygen by nearly every organ of the body. Exposure to hydrogen cyanide can be rapidly fatal. It has whole body effects, particularly affecting those organ systems most sensitive to low oxygen levels. This is the millipede with the power to produce toxic smoke bombs on demand. Number 9. Dolphins. Using echolocation, dolphins are said to be able to detect a pregnant woman's developing unborn fetus, some experts say. This is also a reason why pregnant women are not allowed or advised against swimming with dolphins because of their awareness of what the second heartbeat entails. Note that that should even be something that someone would try and do, but we can bring awareness of it. Dolphins emit sounds in their environment and listen to the echoes that return, a process that helps them identify the shapes and locations of objects. Doctors use a similar technique to image a developing human baby. Both involve ultrasound, high-pitched pulses of sound above the range of human hearing. This amazing superpower gives them their rightful place at number 9 on the list. Dolphins use their superpower ultrasound radar to navigate through the vast waters and find food and even use it as a form of communication as well. Ultrasound can be one mighty helpful resource, and scientists to this day is studying the technology that is now very helpful for people that are visually impaired. Number 8. Dogs. You don't think we were going to leave out the amazing man's best friend, now did you? Although we may like to think they have some extra special sensory powers above and beyond the normal 5 senses, the facts speak against this. Dogs do, however, have exponentially acute senses. They can often pick up on physical events much more acutely than us. This gift appears to be an extrasensory perception, but there is more reason to credit dogs with more than super sensitivity of the 5 senses they already possess. Dogs have such a keen superpower sense of hearing that some suggest that they can hear up to a mile away under certain conditions. This extremely acute sense of hearing can be taken as the ability to see into the future as well. Some owners have reported that their little canine companions would try to show an interest or concern before certain events would occur. From a possible intruder alert, all the way to hearing or smelling the changes within their owner's body and adversely try to alert them. Number 7. The mimic octopus. The mimicking miracle octopus earns its weighty name. This new-to-science cephalopod, found in shallow waters of the Indo-Pacific, is a master impersonator, taking on the appearance and behavior of venomous or even bad-tasting creatures to foil would-be possible predators. What's more unusual is the range of the mimic octopus's repertoire. Most animal mimics impersonate just one animal. The mimic octopus impersonates several and can switch between them rapidly. This animal is so intelligent that it can discern which dangerous sea creature to impersonate that will present the greatest threat to its current possible predator. For example, scientists observed that when the octopus was attacked by territorial damselfishes, it mimicked the banded sea snake, a known predator of damselfishes. We are most definitely familiar with the color-changing abilities of the chameleon, but the mimic octopus truly astonishes. It's one thing to be able to mimic on the fly, but to have the actual thought process capable of paying attention to what its predator's fears would be is truly amazing. Number 6. The lyrebird. Well, when the truth is just not a part of your name, you can truly earn your place as number 6 on our list. We've seen the dangerous capabilities of mimicking from the mimic octopus, but even that creature has its limitations. But the incredible powers that the lyrebird has are truly astonishing. The male lyrebird can be likened to a human beatbox artist. When he takes the stage, the male pridefully uncurls its marvelous feathers and begins its song. This is an ambivalent artist, capable of playing sonatas but also modern drone sounds. When the male displays in small clearings, which he makes at several places in the forest, he brings his tail forward so that the white plumes form a canopy over his head and the lyre-like feathers stand out to the side. In this position he sings, while prancing in rhythm. Far-carrying melodious notes interspersed with perfect mimicry of other creatures and even of mechanical sounds. There's no limit to the sounds this bird can make. Number 5. The banded archerfish. While the banded archerfish, or archerfish, may look like an ordinary aquarium fish, the way they capture prey will stop you in your tracks. This carnivorous fish has a powerful super soaker built in. The fish float near the surface of the brackish water they prefer, awaiting spiders and insects. Once a tasty bug is directly above them, they shoot a powerful stream of water to knock the insect into the water. If at first they don't succeed, this fish can shoot up to 7 streams in one mouthful of water. Should it still miss the target, this fish has the ability to jump out of the water with enough momentum to chase down its meal. This fish is no passive aquarium fish. Have you ever heard of a fish that chases after its prey? This is some pretty fishy business if you ask me. What? Was that not funny? I really thought it was. The name archerfish reflects its ability to take down prey, both underwater and above the water by spitting an arch of water at it. Just imagine simply sitting by the water one day and a bullet of water hits your face. You literally wouldn't even think twice to believe that a fish was the culprit of such a sneaky little prank such as that. Let's test your knowledge. Let's do a multiple choice question and see if you can guess the right answer. Don't cheat. Let's go. How long can a snail stay asleep? A. Up to 3 days. B. Up to 3 weeks. C. Up to 3 months. D. Up to 3 years. E. Snails don't sleep at all. 5 seconds on the clock. Well, the amazing fact is, snails have the ability to sleep for up to 3 years. Certain species of snails can go into a deep hibernation phase, and this allows them to stay dormant for years at a time. Well, that was quite the fact, huh? Let's get back to the list. Number 4. The trap-jaw ant. Their mandibles are very powerful. They can close at speeds of 126 to 230 kilometers per hour. That is a force to be reckoned with. In fact, the ant uses its mandibles and strength for an unconventional reason: to launch themselves across distances by jumping. Imagine closing your jaws with such a force that your body is propelled backwards several feet. Now, imagine being able to control it. You'd look a little silly opening and closing your mouth, but who's going to notice laughter when you're one pretend bite away from being out of earshot? Number 3. The pistol shrimp. Don't be taken by their size. These little shrimps know how to protect themselves. Now, maybe not like those old duels, but they sure keep ammunition stocked and loaded. The pistol shrimp has 2 claws, a small pincer, and an enormous snapper. The snapper, which can grow to up to half the length of the shrimp's body, does not have 2 symmetrical halves like the pincer. Instead, half of it is immobile, called a propus, which has a socket. When the plunger slams into this socket, it displaces water that jets out at 105 feet a second. A velocity so high that its pressure drops below the vapor pressure of water. Tiny bubbles already present in the water suddenly swell in this low pressure, then collapse when the pressure climbs again. The power of speed, strength, and heat, all wrapped in one. Now it's time for our subscriber pick. This is where we pull out a suggestion that has been commented, shared, or sent to us. Make sure you send us your request, or simply comment right there below for your chance to be a part of our next Forever Green episode. The first animal is a common lizard, and we all know that lizards have the power to stick to and run very fast on the walls, and the other animal is number 2, Draco lizard. Coming in as our subscriber pick, we find it deep in the deep depths of the jungles of South Asia even, in the skies. They're called Draco lizards. These lizards take to the sky by spreading their wide skin membranes that are attached to their special, elongated ribs located on each side of the Draco. It was thought and believed that the Draco lizard's membranes simply expanded automatically themselves, but there have been new studies that have found that Draco lizards reach back behind the wing like membranes and manually spread them apart before gliding. Taking to the skies in a fail-swoop Batman-like glide is the perfect preferred method of travel. The males would use their wings to travel from tree limb to tree limb, protecting their rightful territory. They would protect their base while the females glide through the air searching for the right mate. They have been recorded to glide up to distances of 10 meters before needing to land. Number 1. Turritopsis dohrnii. Like all jellyfish, Turritopsis dohrnii begins life as a larva, called a planula, which develops from a fertilized egg. A planula swims at first, then settles on the seafloor and grows into a cylindrical colony of polyps. These ultimately spawn free-swimming, genetically identical medusae, the animals we recognize as jellyfish, which grow to adulthood in a matter of weeks. In response to physical damage or even starvation, they take a leap back in their development process, transforming back into a polyp. In a process that looks remarkably like immortality, the born-again polyp colony eventually buds and releases medusae